candidates, dear family, parents, grandparents, siblings, and friends of our candidates, on behalf of the Maastricht University and especially on behalf of the Faculty of Health, Medicine and Life Sciences, I would like to welcome all of you here in the St. Jan's Church to this special meeting of the Board of Examiners. Of course, I would like to also welcome everyone who's not able to participate in person today, but may follow us through our live stream. This meeting is special because the only purpose of this meeting is to graduate our students, celebrate their achievements, and to present them with their certificates. My name is Tanja Adam, and I'm the chair of the Board of Examiners. This session is organized in the St. Jan's church that is more than 800 years old, and since 1632, it's been the Protestant church in Maastricht. We're very grateful to the Reformed Council that we can use this unique and particularly festive location for the ceremony. Today, 23 students will graduate from the Master of Governance and Leadership in European Public Health, 7 of which will even graduate cum laude. First, I would like to briefly introduce the 2 people to my right. First, I would like to welcome Dr. Timo Clemens, who is the overall coordinator of the master's program and also is the thesis coordinator for the master's. I would like to also welcome Professor Kasia Schabanowska, who is the vice coordinator of the master's program. And since this is an official and a formal event, I would like to also open it formally with the gavel. We're going to start our program with a welcome note by Dr. Clemens, followed by Professor Schabanowska, who will also address our candidates.
Thank you, dear Tanja. Dear students, soon to be graduates, dear proud parents, siblings, friends, who have poured love and consistent support to these young men and women. Dear colleagues, I welcome you on behalf of the Master Program Governance and Leadership in European Public Health to this diploma ceremony. I'm very proud to speak to you as the program coordinator on the occasion of handing out diplomas today. Hence, I know me standing between you and receiving the diplomas, and for everyone else, being the interruption before we can get to drinks, coffee, and Liborgian flair. So I understood from my experienced predecessors, as much as you should be telling and inspiring to the students, your speech should be, most importantly, be short. So I hope I can live up to this today. Dear graduates, you impressed me on the second day of the program back in September 2022, in UNS 50 in the Green Hall, when during our introduction round, it got clear that approximately 70% of your group has already or is doing some work next to intending studying the master program. And this involved students that have a clinical background and continue to do some practice work, some people doing teaching already, research assistant, work for NGOs, you name it. Talking afterwards to Kasia, both of us being quite impressed of your plans, ambitions, and to some extent the entrepreneurial mindset that you had already inherited already. This has practically, over the last year, led you inquiring with me schedules rather 2 months in advance than the 2 weeks that we are typically publicizing the schedule. And the more that I tried to push colleagues and myself to have schedule fixed and published, the more you started to inquire earlier with me. You made it, and you did splendid, despite or just precisely because many of you combine studying governance and leadership in European public health with a job next to it. Having the abilities to set priorities, to combine, to plan ahead, and to make links between your work and the program insights. Hence, preparing for today, I thought your graduation address should target some aspiring entrepreneurs and leaders, hence you. So let me give you, this is my last chance, let me give you 5 things to unleash the entrepreneur in yourself, if you still need that boast. I'm questioning that. First, have some big goals for your career. We need you to run public health services and care facilities, to run medical device, pharmaceutical, or digital health technology companies, insurances, or provide advice and advocacy towards decision makers for sound health policy with impact and that resonates as well with people preferences. We need you to serve the higher levels of government, determine public health policy locally, nationally, European, and globally. And we need you to shape the future of public health, your future, and we need you to be ambitious and need to dare to address the big challenges. You can be a big success without founding the next BioNTech or Amgen company. Perhaps start small, maybe a startup that has developed an app like the currently hyped MSAMS, AVA, or MindMaze that you may know about. Don't be afraid to have a big vision, especially when you are young like you. There's an entire working life ahead of you, and I invite you to stretch your imagination and be bold as well. Second, make a difference. Health innovations only succeed from project to regular care when there's really a need that you address. And those needs can be small. A digital health intervention that becomes accessible for the less digital literate, an existing health policy that is inclusive to a minority group. Look to fill the needs that are important, your contribution being positive. Be curious as well what happens in other sectors, such as economics, social care, IT, or technology. There are things done there that may be a solution with a difference in public health. Think about the iPhone or smartwatches and its use currently for personal health monitoring. Do something or create something that has an impact. It doesn't have to be world-changing. You don't have to invent a miracle medical device or a device that feeds the world's poor. But whatever you choose to do, try to have a beneficial impact on the world you inhabit. Make something. Innovators create new products, services, and policies, whether they are physical or digital. The long-term sustainability of our health system depends on new creations. My mantra throughout the year has been, you will be soon involved in the implementation of innovation as researchers, policy advisors, in public organizations, companies, or advocating or commenting on innovations working with NGOs. Don't be greedy. Even if your goal is to get rich, don't focus on make a fortune. Instead, focus on creating a great innovation. Focus on your idea and your people. If your innovation addresses a need that has impact, there will be a time that it will be recognized. And with recognition there comes opportunities, promotion, and yes, for hard work, a decent or good remuneration, for sure. Share. Recognize that whatever success you achieve, you won't have made it all on your own. Your family, friends, teachers, colleagues will all have helped you to succeed. Remember that it took a network of people to enable your success. In return, be sure to support and give back to that network. Be kind and empathic with people you encounter. Those moments when another human will be there in front of you, suffering, and you can be meaningful as a person, colleague, or friend. Dear students, look to the left and right. Build on that network, relationships, and friendships you have built throughout this year. This will be your support and colleagues to collaborate with. Share your doubts, failures, as much as your successes with them. They will be your sounding board when important decisions will need to be taken, when change of job is at stake, how to deal with difficult bosses or opportunities should be taken or not. Look left and right. These are the people that matter and will help you to navigate, but share with them as well. Dear graduates, big goals, make difference, make something, don't be greedy, and share. You may want to forget about it immediately. These are not evidence-based policies to predict a successful career. And that's, as you will certainly have learned, is what the program is about. And you rather should be suspicious about a 40 plus explaining you the world and giving you a guide to life who little understands about TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, or the metaverse these days. Finally, work consistently towards your big goals, but more importantly, love your work. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. No matter if this work is at a prestigious organization or company with a global reach, or impactful work on the ground to improve the situation of a disadvantaged group locally. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. If you haven't found that, keep looking for it. There is plenty of time to do so. We have equipped you with skills and tools to lead yourself efficiently, to become a lifelong learner, and at one point to lead others towards change and a common goal, to finally get there one day. I trust the year in Maastricht has seeded a plant of entrepreneurial spirit for public health in all of you. Keep this spirit and nurture it further. I wish you all the best for the future, much joy, health, well-being, and that your dreams come through. Thank you.
Dear students and families, the most significant others who are as important as you are today. Public health needs best people. People who can address the challenges that happen as we go. And you know that every day something new happens that requires public health expertise and public health support. And we hope that you are those best people. 7 cum laude, and when I think of each individual student that is sitting in front of you, I remember the faces, I remember the scientific curiosity that you have, and the will to do something that matters. And you always wanted to do more. You were strong and powerful, and I think that it comes from the people who sit here around you, who supported you, who loved you, who gave you the base that you can progress and develop, because public health needs you. And when I think about the topics that you have covered with passion, dedication, topics that are important, that are grand for public health, the ethical codes of conduct, diversity and inclusion, health of women, leadership of women, supporting the government in Ukraine with workforce strategy, medications, access to healthcare. So these are the topics for policymakers. These are the topics that people at high levels deal with, and our students. So I say that public health needs the best people. And you are the best. And you deal with important problems. But remember, take with you what you have. Don't hesitate. Address those important problems in your work, because the problems that you will be confronted with will be even more important and more challenging. And please believe me, you are ready to do it. I know that you can be confident, you are well equipped, you are strong, and we as university are very proud of you, that you are our students. Thank you very much, and I would like to thank everybody who is in this room. Thank you for those beautiful young professionals that we can cherish and celebrate together today. Thank you.
Thank you both, Dr. Clemens, Professor Czebanowska, for your words. And we will now continue with the actual graduation. And I'll briefly explain the procedure to you. I will call the name of the candidate, and please bear with me. I assure you I'm going to do my very best to pronounce your name correctly. After that, you will receive the diploma from me. You move on to either Dr. Clemens or Professor Czebanowska, and you will receive a rose. And then we're going to have an individual photo taken of you with your diploma on that right corner here on the podium. So make sure, with all the activity going on, that you don't trip. There's a white line, so make sure that you're not stepping behind that. And then you can go back to your chair after this, yeah?
Should I do the first one?
Yes, you do the first, I do this.
So we're going to start with our first candidate who graduated cum laude, that is Victoria Hertling. Our next graduate, also cum laude, is Ariana Mavilia. Another cum laude graduate is Juan Mora Barrios. Our next cum laude student is Christine Mosler. Another cum laude student is Clementine Rialand. Also cum laude Chiara Sheehan. And cum laude Mathilde Weiss. would like to call Jenny Aguilera Cruz. Carolina Ayrapetian. Teresa Behle. Elvis Bitar. Riccardo Buttarelli. So before we continue with the graduation, we're going to have a short intermezzo with an address by one of our graduates, which is Ariana Mavilia. So I would like to welcome you here, Ariana.
Dear colleagues, families, friends and professors, good afternoon. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Arianna, and I was granted by my colleagues the honor to stand here today and deliver this speech. I want to take a minute to thank them and express my gratitude for this opportunity, because this has been my dream literally since middle school. Whew. Where do I begin? When I started to write down this speech, I had two main points in mind. First, how do I make this about me? And secondly, how do I not make this about me? Because at the end of the day, it is. Everything I learned about adult life, I learned here in Maastricht. Maastricht has been like a second home to me. Maastricht University has been like a second home to me. When I left Rome for the first time in August 2021 for my Erasmus, I had no idea what I was doing. I had never lived by myself, let alone in another country. I did not know how to cook, how to properly ride a bike, what a tutorial was, or why oral exams were not a thing here. Maastricht welcomed me, and the memories and friendship I made here are a treasure I will cherish forever. I applied for this master's while still finishing my Erasmus because I just had to come back. When I got accepted, I was not sure whether this was the right thing. I was not sure whether there was anything else for me to take from this city and from this institution. I wondered whether coming back again for a second time would make this city less magical and my learning experience a little less exciting. In the end, it was the best decision I could ever make. There was so much more to learn, so many things to do, so many memories to make. There were tutorials to attend, classes to be late for because the wind is too strong and I still cannot bike, study sessions at UM Sport to organize, and then brunches, dinners, and parties. There was the life we made here together. So many of you to meet. Everything I know about public health, I learned from my colleagues. With our different backgrounds, cultures, and life stories, we made GLEF a place where everyone could fit in and where no one was left behind. Each and every single one of us added immense value to the course. We all learned from each other and taught to each other. Each tutorial, each class, each training, you guys made it the learning experience that it was. For that, I am forever grateful. You made me the public health professional that I am today. And now, I want to celebrate the incredible team we were and are, and cherish the fact that I will be meeting you at conferences and congresses in 30 years, and we will laugh about that time when we prepared for the wrong class. I will get the opportunity to see the incredible things that each one of you will accomplish. I will see us make European public health a reality. For that, I am forever grateful. Everything we know about public health, we learn from our professors. Today I speak for all of us when I thank you for training us to be the next generation of public health officials. We thank you for your work, for the passion with which you teach. We thank you for creating a learning environment where we could speak our minds knowing that we are being treated as equals, as professionals. You empowered us to engage in open discussions, challenge existing paradigms, cultivate innovative ideas. This freedom to express our thoughts has been invaluable. We are grateful for the countless hours spent meticulously crafting lessons and tirelessly striving us to provide with the most up-to-date information in this forever changing field. You have not only been our educators, but also our mentors, encouraging us to explore our full potential, supporting us during challenging times. We thank you for accompanying us on this beautiful journey and for making it so worth it. Everything I know about public health, I learned because of a doctor named Sandro De Maio. In 2020, during the pandemic, he held a lecture about public health, and I knew that I found my thing. Sitting at my desk, listening to him, wondering whether I could fit in a field like that. I'm not a doctor, nor a nurse, or a biochemist. I was just a student of global governance, a bachelor with no public health classes. I know I speak for most of us when I say we've doubted at least once whether we would actually manage to get into the field. I know I speak for most of us when I say we were not sure about what the field would even actually look like. And today I know I speak for all of us when I say that we did it. We got into the field and we made it our own. We made our past selves proud and made them the public health officials they wanted to be. Today we celebrate a milestone that is much more than the end of our studies. It is the confirmation that everything we did to get here, we did it right. We all did so well. And now the world is ours to conquer, and the public health field is for us to make and take. Our real work begins now, so that we can make our past selves proud every day while giving a chance to our future selves to prove our value once more. Our real work begins now, so we can shape the world we dream of and make it the one we live in now. Now, I said at the very beginning that I would make this speech about me, so bear with me for a second. I want to take a moment to appreciate those people that got me through the studies. When times were tough and more than a colleague, I needed a friend. You guys know exactly who you are. Not once did I feel alone in this. Not once I felt helpless. And that I owe to you. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for us and for you. Thank you for sticking around, because sharing this experience with you made it so much easier. And growing up with you these past years made it so much funnier. Lastly, I want to thank my family. You must excuse me now as I speak a little bit of Italian, since I want my grandparents, who are here in the audience, to understand what I'm saying. Everything I know about love, I learned from them. Tutto quello che so sull'amore l'ho imparato da voi. A Camilla, al mio papà, ai miei nonni, alla mia mamma, alla mia famiglia. There is a saying, we are standing on the shoulders of giants. Today, I'm here standing on my family's shoulders. I would not be here if it were not for your constant love and support. I love you. C'è un detto, stiamo sulle spalle dei giganti. Io sono qui oggi sulle vostre. Grazie per il vostro costante amore e supporto. Vi amo. And thank you to all the families and friends who allowed all of us to be here today, because we would not have made it without you. Now let us celebrate this incredible year we shared, the milestone we achieved, and the many more memories we will make together as public health officials. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana, for your fantastic speech. And then we'll continue with the second group of our graduates. would like to call Eveline van Eert. Christina Lang. Linda van der Linden. Chungwan Lo. Gerda Milasaus-Kaite. Anne Reinders. Loredana Andrea Silagi. Puk Slaafs. Victoria Sobotka. Lena Strohmeier. And Merle Wilhelm. Ladies and gentlemen, 23 candidates have received their master diplomas, and before we close and you all go out and start your well-deserved celebration, I have one thing to say and two last assignments for you. So, first of all, although we checked the information with great care in your diplomas, it's always possible that we made an error in your name, for example, or in one of the grades, that possibly an attachment is missing. So please check them carefully, and if that is the case, please contact the Board of Examiners. Second is in about 6 weeks, a link to the pictures from today will be sent to your email account by the alumni office. And third, I would like to give you some personal words from my side. So, Dr. Clemens gave you kind of a commencement speech, work-related and professionally. This is more kind of a commencement speech on a personal level. In 1997, the columnist Mary Schmich has published an essay written as a hypothetical commencement speech in the Chicago Tribune. And the essay later became a famous song released in 1997 by Buzz Luhrmann. And those words have accompanied me throughout the last 30 years, almost 50. But then I realized that most of you were not even born when that essay or that song was released. So I decided to read you some of the advice, which I experienced as many times very true and helpful in my life. Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2023, if I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proved by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. I will dispense this advice now. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind, you will not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years, you'll look back at photos of yourself and recall in a way that you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. Don't worry about the future, or worry, but know that worrying is as effective as trying to solve an algebra equation by chewing bubblegum. The real troubles in your life are apt to be things that never crossed your worried mind, the kind that blindside you at 4 p.m. on some idle Tuesday. Do one thing every day that scares you. Don't be reckless with other people's hearts. Don't put up with people who are reckless with yours. Don't waste your time on jealousy. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long. In the end, it's only with yourself. Don't feel guilty if you don't know what you want to do with your life. The most interesting people I know didn't know at 22 what they wanted to do with their lives. Some of the most interesting 40-year-olds I know still don't. Maybe you'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much or berate yourself either. Your choice are half chance. So are everybody else's. Enjoy your body. Use it every way you can. Don't be afraid of it or what other people think of it. It's the greatest instrument you'll ever own. Accept certain inalienable truths. Prices will rise. Politicians will philander. You too will get old. And when you do, you'll fantasize that when you were young, prices were reasonable, politicians were noble, and children respected their elders. Respect your elders. Don't expect anyone else to support you. Maybe you have a trust fund. Maybe you'll have a wealthy spouse, but you never know when either one might run out. Don't mess too much with your hair, or by the time you're 40, it will look 85. Be careful whose advice you buy, but be patient with those who supply it. Advice is a form of nostalgia. Dispensing it is a way of fishing the past from the disposal, wiping it off, painting over the ugly parts, and recycling it for more than it's worth. But trust me on the sunscreen. With those words, I have come to the end of the session. It was a great pleasure for me to be the first, or one of the first ones, to congratulate our new masters. And from this place, I would, of course, like to congratulate the parents, families, and friends. I can imagine that you're very eager to congratulate your new master in the house personally. And therefore, I want to invite you to go to the Grand Café Soiran on the Vrijthof You probably get directions from Daniele when you get outside. You will find vouchers for drinks in your diplomas. And I want to mention one thing. When we go out, please let our masters go out first, because they're going to take a group picture on the steps outside, and then the parents and the families can follow, and you can all go to the Café Soiron. As I officially started this meeting with the gavel, I will also officially close it with the gavel. And I thank you all very much for your presence, and I wish you a wonderful day. Go out, celebrate, enjoy yourself, and be proud of yourself.
Thank you. That was very nice, the way you were running.